The goal is always quality at any price point. The goal is not just to buy pieces that are just okay. The goal is to really build a wardrobe that you love and not just looks good on you, but feels good and lasts you as your style grows. And that's why I love a good mall day, y'all, because it really gives you a chance to go in the store, try things on, really feel the quality in a way that I feel like a lot of us kind of miss, which I get when we are shopping online. You don't want to take the time to look at the details, see what it's made of. So I think when we shop in person, we just pay much closer attention to what we are buying and buying more intentionally. If you happen to be new here, I am Jordan Blackwell, but we're cool now, so you can call me JB, your sustainable materials bestie turned lifestyle content creator, and I really want to help you find your style, refine your style, but do so intentionally so you're not wasting money. You're not sitting there trying to figure out where you should be shopping or what you should be buying. So we are starting off strong today, heading into H&M because they do have a couple of studio items I want to show you and a couple of go-tos that I swear by. So let's head there first. I already see something I like. Feeling a little bit folksy maybe. I love the color, like butter yellow is definitely having a moment. It's super cute, the lace details, but like the sleeves are very, very billowy. 1 second so y'all can like really appreciate what I'm talking about. Like look at this, look at this. I don't know, like for under 30 I love the concept. Am I loving it though? And is it loving me? Conceptually loving this. The size is just too big. I have on a medium. This is recycled cotton, under $30, and it sits at the right length for my short torso, wide ribcage girlies. Short torso, wide ribcage girlies. Step to the front, right? Because you'll know I pay attention to where things start and stop. So I am obsessed with this. I just need this in the right size, especially like for summertime or to recreate this look. I have been obsessing, girl, I have been obsessing with this like layering of the button up with the corset and like the pants in the same shade. So this for me definitely is an add to cart. Y'all know I always love to show off the ruched tops from H&M. They're so cozy, the quality is so good. Under $25, the stretch, y'all. This is a size small. And then paired with, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna see a lot of bandana print this summer. Like I saw this set at ASOS, which is living in my head rent-free because I personally do love brown, but these are a linen blend, so they're gonna be so breathable and so fun. And that's why I wanted to pair it with the top so you can kind of see like effortlessly cool, or even, y'all, like these under a blazer. And of course, pow, we can get low, which is so important this summer because there are going to be all kinds of events. Yeah, I feel like if you're looking for fun statement kind of pants that are going to be a little bit more, again, unexpected but everyday and elevated, not mad at these. Can I give a top a 20 out of 10 because I am obsessed. Like the gold detailing, the stretch on this. This is just one of those like really fun, I would say like night out, weekend tops. This is a size small, giving what it needs to give. And of course, getting into the skirt, H&M edition. That is why I came to this location. The details on this, y'all, is so good and buttery soft. My only beef is that I feel like they didn't cut this as well as they did that like red leather skirt from the last one in the fall. This one, y'all, do you remember that skirt? That was cut so good, but I feel like there is a little bit of gapping at the top of this that like, the struggle being pear-shaped and in between sizes, because it's like sizing up, I think it's gonna get too loose. And of course, like I cannot size down because that fatty ain't gonna allow it. Them thighs is not gonna allow a smaller size, but you know, we can move. It's gonna be a little inappropriate. First up from the H&M Studio collection was this buttercream breezy top, very perfect for spring or summer. It just personally wasn't my aesthetic, but this was priced at under $30 and it had recycled polyester. Now I want to do a quick breakdown because I get asked this question a lot as we are looking at material cost, production cost, and of course the pricing overall. So very, very high level speaking about this from mass manufacturing, right? Not from like small batch or smaller companies. Polyester for a shirt like this is roughly around $2 and then another $1 to dye it. Sewing can be anywhere from $5 to $10. So that would bring the wholesale cost of this item to about $14 at most. So they're giving you a $10 markup based off of all their other overhead costs, whether that's marketing, whether that's transportation, packaging, labels, all of those kinds of things. And we have to keep that in mind as we are considering price points because again, big brands like H&M, Zara, and ASOS, all those shops, they have the ability to cut costs because they're able to bulk order in a way a lot of smaller companies cannot. So they're able to drive down the prices on a lot of the raw material. Then this denim bustier top with the recycled cotton, I'm upset because I really was about to leave with this. They just did not have it in a size small. I feel like denim is generally a safe thing to buy. It usually lasts me a very long time, especially when it comes to tops. And like I said, I've really been loving this look with the button up layered under the corset and the fun matching pants. So I've been trying to find a top like that because it really lends itself to easy, fun layering to give that unexpected look and really maximize a fit with minimal effort, because y'all know that's where I like to live. Of course, a staple, this ruched top. I feel like I always show you guys this every time I do an H&M try on. If you are looking for good elevated basics, a top like this is always going to be amazing. There is great stretch. It's going to ruche and give that body, and snatched. It's always affordable. Plus it comes in other colors depending on what you plan to pair it with, which in this case was this linen blend pair of pants with almost like the paisley print. Bandana is just a fun print. I'm gonna be honest, the paisley bandana print's always fun, but I really wanted to show you what the linen blend looked like from H&M because it's so comfortable. I have a couple of pairs of linen blend pants from H&M, and for the spring summertime, y'all, they're perfect because it's hot, but they're breathable and they look so fun. The other pair I saw, and I'm so sad because they didn't have it in my size, was this in brown with that pleat front and that nice crisp. Anybody else's dad really just make them fall in love with the crisp front crease in your pants, y'all, like that front crease, that front. My dad would literally make me go back in the house and re-iron my clothes if the crease was not creasing enough. So I love when brands have that tailoring in there, and for under $40, these are going to be something you can reach for, look elevated, look chic, and even in the paisley print, like I do see that layered underneath a fun cream blazer, something unexpected and fun for your 9 to 5, and then you can easily restyle that for the weekend because again, y'all, your basics and your essentials do not have to be bland. They don't have to be neutrals. They don't have to be things without pattern or color or print. You can have fun with what you feel like your basic and essentials are. It really is just making sure that you're seeing them beyond one way to wear them. You really want to think about how you're going to translate those pieces from work into the weekend. Moving into the other finds, this crop top, this screams JB. I'm going to be so honest. Like, this is one of those crop tops I would literally reach for on a regular day, throw on with some jeans, some sneakers, and just let it be the statement. I love tops like this because they just make my job easier when it comes to getting dressed. I know I want to give impact. I know I want people to do a double take, break some necks, but I also don't want to spend 30-40 minutes layering, mixing, matching, all of the brain cells aren't always there. So a top like this, under $20, so good, so easy, so effortless, and I love that it gave cleavage for my itty bitty yitty committee. Like, y'all know I'm not the biggest and most endowed. It's okay. We've come to accept that. We've come to accept that. But that's why I do love tops like this, because they're so easy to throw on, so effortless to style, to give an air of maximalism without having to do maximalist things, right? Again, clashing the colors, clashing the prints. Tops like this make it so easy, especially paired with the studio skirt. Now, I'm gonna dissect this one. I'm gonna take a little longer on this one because depending on your body shape, this is a buy. It is a buy. The faux leather is really good. It's supple, it's soft, right? And what I mean by that is, that was so loud. When you touch like real leather, you'll notice that it's either very supple and very soft, and it moves really, really well, right? Like the flap on this, you can see it just bends, right? That's some good real leather. The other side of leather is it's very stiff and it's not really going anywhere, like my seat leather. This is gonna be a little bit stiffer and it's not gonna have as much plushness to it. That's what I'm always looking at when I'm going to look at faux leather, and usually plastic PVC, right? So this skirt is faux leather. It is not like a mushroom leather, it's not a pineapple leather, and that's a conversation for another day in terms of the durability of those as well. But it was smooth, it was supple, the details were there. The only beef I had, because the price point is good, y'all, under $40. The price point is good for that skirt. It just was not cut well for my body shape, and that's my only thing. Like, if you are more pear-shaped or you have a more like thicker middle, and I want to say that so politely, you just have a tum, right? Nothing wrong with that. This skirt is going to be hard to find the right size in. And that's where I always struggle, I would say, with faux leather skirts specifically, and even leather skirts specifically, because sometimes they're just not cut right for anybody who isn't straight up and down. Like, I feel like if you have a straighter body style, this skirt's going to look immaculate. I feel like if you are on the cusp of having hips, right, this is going to look really, really good. But as soon as you hit like pear, and you know I'm not an exaggerated pear, I'm just like a pear though, right? We got some hips, we got some thighs, especially because I have been bulking up to build the booty. That just then impacts obviously how it's going to fit and sit. And for me, it just was going to be more fuss, even sizing up, because then the waist was going to be too big while still giving room in like the legs and things like that. So this, from like a construction and from the visuals, it's there. It is there. But from an actual fit perspective, for, I would say, at least those of you who probably watch my channel, right? If you can find it, try it. If you can find it, try it. But that for me is the only reason this would be a pass. Now I'm excited. We're gonna go over to Somerset, not only to check out Zara, but Aritzia has a couple of things that have caught my eye as well. And I wanna stop in Macy's because they carry brands like Nocturne and Mango. So I wanna see if they carry them in the store, because I love, y'all, if you're looking for a place to have great, crisp, just honestly across the board pieces, besides ASOS, y'all know my love for ASOS is deep. I have a whole roundup on my Like to Know It right now dedicated to ASOS, because they are dropping some heat right now, But Mango is another really good one that is on the affordable side, where you're gonna have good quality pieces that, again, they have good basics, but they also have good like statement pieces. So I'm praying that the Macy's at Somerset has that, because I would love to try some of those on in person. So let's head over there and see what we find. Okay, DK New York with the jacket and the pinstripes. You bad? I'm scared of you. I see they've got plenty of lawn around. So look everywhere. I don't see Mango, but can we please appreciate? I'm not shopping for shoes, but Coach, these are pretty bad. These are pretty slick. Okay, not bad. So no luck with Mango or Nocturne in Macy's. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and show you guys those online. I'll make sure that I have an actual like roundup linked for you as well. So let's head into Zara, and hopefully they've got some pieces, because online I've been kind of mixed with their spring summer stuff. Let's go. I see some barrel jeans that are kind of cute. It's looking a little lackluster in here though, I'm gonna be honest. conceptually love the idea of this dress, but with the material, that is gonna be like so hot and sweaty in the summer. But the color is giving and the cut looks really good. It's just the material. One thing you can count on Zara for is gonna be some good accessories, cause this necklace, y'all, I don't know what vacation I'm headed on to next, but she cute. If I can be so blunt, right now Zara is giving me why it's hard to shop sustainable brands, because none of this looks like anything I really want to wear. It feels lackluster, like just very boring. I'm so surprised right now. These are the exact kind of tops that are gonna fool you. It's like, yes, the stretch, it should fit my body, it should work how it needs to work and sit how it needs to sit, but when it comes to tube tops and things like this, like bandeau tops, you actually do want some structure. So the fact that this is just like 100% stretchy means that you're gonna be fussing with it a lot. It might cut in, it might fold over, and it doesn't retain its shape. Like, yes, it's $17, but how much fussing am I gonna have to do for it to maintain and look this good throughout the night, especially if I'm gonna be moving and grooving, lifting my arms up to, you know what I mean? Like, the theory is there, the concept is here, but I just feel like from a material and an actual like way it's made construction perspective, this is a pass. Was not even looking for a summer dress like this, but ooh, ooh, ooh. She is breezy, she is beautiful. The details, y'all, look at the detail. Just one of those easy throw on and go dresses. I imagine this layered under a blazer for work, like something fun and colorful to pop out and just like turn the heads. And then of course, just like easy sandals to wear around maybe at the farmer's market. Throw on some heels for a night out. Now this dress has range. This dress has range. Like, the only thing I'm concerned with is obviously gonna be the construction. You're looking for any frayed kind of like strings and things like that. But for $60, maybe not 60, I'm gonna be honest. Like, because this is kind of like, I'm seeing a couple of frayed strings, more like 40, but the concept is definitely here. Zara and suiting for me is always just top tier. This blazer is a small, oversized, cozy, and the texture, y'all, the texture is just, ooh, it's gorgeous. And the pants are also a size small. Personally, I think I would prefer a medium, just so like that, you see how that front kind of, that's what happens when you have hips, queens. But with the blazer over it, you really wouldn't notice. Personally, like I said, if I'm wearing the pants by themselves though. This is gorgeous. Now, is this worth $120? Has anyone else been obsessing over bag charms? Because I really love this concept of like a big carabiner and some really pretty beads. I'm actually thinking about having the girlies over, buying like a bunch of these from Hobby Lobby and just doing like a cute little like charm day, because these are just so pretty. And I feel like these are way more my aesthetic than like some of the animal ones I'm seeing. Like, this to me just doesn't really speak to me. But I do love the idea of like maybe some puka shells, maybe some like obviously beads like this, because could I make these? Sure. Like, did I make these growing up? Absolutely. But is this what I want to put in my bag now that I'm an adult? Nah, not really. Also been obsessing with these kinds of bags, like with the exaggerated, obviously faux suede, which I don't mind because y'all know like real suede can be such a pain to keep clean. But I love the exaggerated handles, and the color of this is so good too. Like, for $78, I'm not mad at this. So the jeans are from a black-owned brand called Kai Collective,
Okay.
and then the top is from, yeah, they're very good. And then the top is H&M.
What are the dresses?
First of all, the Aritzia fitting room is one of my favorites because how cute is this? And then the top is a 4. I'm not mad at this. I wasn't sure if 4 would work, guys. I love the fold over detail and the color is really good too. And this cutout is sitting where it needs to sit. Like you see how it splits for the jeans? Like, no, okay, I didn't think I could fit in a 4. And this is like giving, hold on, let me so you can see like the full body. Like, fun fact in case you did not know, Nordstrom actually carries some Nasty Gal stuff in the store. Again, y'all know I like to be able to try things on in person, and Nasty Gal, they really used to be that place like I could go and relatively trust the quality, and then like many brands over the years, they got questionable for the price point. And I stumbled across this cardigan in the sale. I mean, I get the hype. So just another sneaky hack, like I like Nordstrom in general, especially now that I'm older. It used to be a place I didn't go to as often just because I didn't have access to it, which y'all know my story. Wausau, Wisconsin, we did not have much, but ooh, it's a little vibe. So if you ever want to give Nasty Gal a try, that's a safe way to do it, and then you don't have to worry about shipping and returns as well. And you can again just get a look at the pieces and the quality in person first. Surprisingly disappointed with Zara because usually there are at least a handful of pieces that I find that really just give what they need to give for the season. But if we're honest, I think that's because a lot of people are finding out that you can get Zara for less on like Alibaba and Temu, and I'm not mad at that. Like, one of the things I learned from my grandfather, who was making $200K a year as an engineer, was that the goal is always to find quality but not be overpaying, right? Like, this is one of the big things I was talking about in my video on are expensive clothes and luxury brands actually worth it? And like, yes, we understand we are paying for quality, but the difference that I personally learned from my grandfather was like, yeah, there's one thing to pay for quality, that it just feels silly to pay like 300% more just for the name, right? And so in Zara's case, a lot of people are realizing that they can get the same exact Zara pieces, material-wise, construction-wise, manufactured in the same places for less. And I don't blame people for choosing that route and not wanting to pay the markup Zara's putting on their pieces, especially when the quality has been slowly going downhill. That being said, this very first piece I wanted to love, but is a great example of what I'm talking about. This bustier top, gorgeous on the rack, gorgeous on the hanger, was like, ooh, okay, that could be a moment. And I loved the stretch. It was a small. I loved the price point, under $20. But for pieces like that, what you really need to understand is construction and how things fit matter. So because it is a stretchier fabric, that means a lot more tugging and pulling and rolling and fussing with your clothes, especially when it is a tighter top and your yitties don't help to keep things in place. Because I have just found when it comes to bustier tops, and this is also the reason you'll notice I'm switching up kind of where I'm buying my button-ups, I like structure. And so you do need thicker materials to have structure. You do need thicker cottons. You do need sometimes blends to make that happen. So this top, while it looked cute, was going to be way more work than it was worth. However, this dress, this green dress, it was, and usually I wouldn't do neon. Like, only in the summertime do you really see me wear more brighter, vibrant colors, because that's when my skin tone finally can shine. Like, in the winter, it's giving ghost, it's giving pale, but this dress, like, so many options. By itself, so cool. The right sandals, the right heels for a night out. I also see this layered under a blazer, adding some fun to your 9 to 5. These are the kinds of dresses I feel like I would love to add to my wardrobe, especially when I have the basics covered. Like, definitely have your 1 or 2 basic dresses, but 1 or 2 playful dresses as well, because you're gonna sit in your closet, feel like it's boring, and you can reach for this dress knowing it's gonna look good and be amazing, and it's breathable and so much fun. Then the dust mauve suit, I was not ready. And what I like is that you could size down. I have both the top and the pants in a small. The top in the small is perfect. Like, the blazer by itself absolutely would eat. Like, it is a moment. I see it with jeans. I see it with some shorts. Just the texture and the color. The color is so good, y'all. The color is so good, and that's something I will always pay a little bit more money for when I get a color exactly the shade I'm looking for. Like, that makes such a huge difference. The pants I would personally have sized up to a medium. The waistband was just a little tight, and that's just, again, the pear shape shorty struggle is the tops usually can work in a small, but the pants we need a medium to a large, just depending on the brand. And that is a sneaky hack all style girls know, is that we are not really worried about what the number says. We are worried about how it actually looks on our body and if it drapes and gives what it needs to give. So I love this suit for work, and then I also love it for the weekend. It's just something playful, something easy, very Tracy Ellis Ross, right? Like, she would pair that with some really fun sneakers and just slay. Again, you could do some heels and look really, really crisp. Like, I saw this styled up for the Tiff Macy closing event at the DIA. Like, it just would be a moment, especially if you are somebody who has a lot of events or appearances. This is an easy no-brainer, like, suit that you can mix and match and of course like wear together. Macy's was a bust, but that's okay. I'm definitely going to be shopping online for them because that's where I do find the best pieces for Macy's specifically. And Nordstrom actually was a surprise as well because I wasn't expecting them to have Topshop and ASOS and Nasty Gal. Like I said, I feel like that's one of the things I do love about in person and why I love department style stores. A huge reason why I personally like ASOS is that they hold a lot of other brands. So if you are wanting to really try out a new brand and you've never seen it before, hit those places first. Like, Nordstrom also had Damson Matter pieces, which I've never seen in person. So that gave me the opportunity to try it out, feel the fabric, and really see if I liked or didn't like the pieces. And that also is true for designer pieces as well. If you've never gone into like a designer store and felt like their cotton versus cotton at like the fast fashion brands, I suggest just taking like a day, an hour to go and do that, because you're really going to start to see and feel, at least from a material perspective, the quality difference, right? Of course, I scooted into Aritzia, which to me is very overpriced. I just have always felt this way about Aritzia. I have felt that I could find better basics for less. However, this bustier top, so good. So good. As you can see, I'm kind of fixating right now on good strapless tops that feel like I could wear to my 9 to 5, but also can lend themselves to the weekend and are easy to layer. I had that top in a size 4 and it fit really, really well because it had stretch, because it was viscous, polyester, and I think a little bit of rayon as well. And again, that's something to keep in mind. I know we are villainizing polyester and all man-made materials, but they do serve a purpose, especially when blended with other natural fibers, to help your clothes last, give them some stretch that's needed for them to fit and sit right, and especially if you're looking for structure as well. So keep that in mind. Again, like, 100% polyester isn't the worst thing in the world. It really is just considering the pricing and also just the way some of the stuff is constructed, like that green dress from Zara. Because of all the little details on there, it makes more sense that even though it was polyester, that it would be costing a little bit more money because those details are intricate and that does take more time to do. So keep all of that in mind as we are trying to find that sweet spot of buying less, finding quality, as well as what makes sense for the price point, right? Especially because we are comparing mass manufactured clothes right now to maybe a smaller brand or a sustainable brand. So the pricing is just going to be different too from that perspective, and things that I always keep in mind. Those are the pieces that caught my eye. As always, if you want to see what actually made it into my cart, I do a what's new in my closet at the end of every month to recap what made the cut from budget as well as quality. And if you like these kinds of videos, you want a deeper dive into understanding the fabrics as well as what to buy and what to avoid and pricing that makes sense, go ahead and check out my entire try on playlist. I have all kinds of items from all kinds of stores, again, breaking down with my sustainable materials background what's worth it, what isn't, and again, what to be keeping in mind so that you buy less, buy better, and look amazing to build that dream wardrobe and truly find your style. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you head over there, and thank you so much for watching. Okay, let's keep hanging out in this playlist.